My name is Amanda Reed with Reed Mobile Marketing, and today we're going to be going over an introduction to mobile marketing. The 4 things you must do to reach people where they are, and that's on their phones. So why does that really matter? I want you to think about it. When was the last time that you brought a quarter with you for a payphone, did research in the library without Google, took out a map for driving directions, bought a disposable camera, or for most of us, even set an alarm clock? The reality is our phones have transformed our lives and embedded themselves in our lifestyle. My promise to you is by the end of this workshop, you're going to understand mobile marketing and how it applies to your business. Today, what we're going to cover is exactly what mobile marketing is, mobile website secrets, apps that make you money, and text message marketing basics. So what is mobile marketing? Simply put, mobile marketing is a relationship building process by meeting people where they are, on their phones. Why is that so important? People today have 5 times more interaction with brands on their phones than anywhere else. And 91% of smartphone owners purchased from a relevant ad that appeared on their phone. In fact, more people own a cell phone than a toothbrush worldwide. And when asked what people would rather give up for a week than their phone, 22% of them said they'd rather give up their toothbrush. Now, I'm not sure what that says about dental hygiene, but it shows exactly how important our phones are to us. But it's really not just about stats and numbers. Remember this marketing staircase that we've been talking about. It really is the best way to reach people and start building a relationship with people. And if you're not familiar with the marketing staircase, go back and watch the introduction to the marketing staircase workshop, because everything we do really is built upon that. Mobile marketing really includes anything that involves interacting with people on a phone. That could be social media, websites, text message, apps, email, and so much more. So when we're talking about this, I want you to be thinking about any place where you might interact with your customers online. So, mobile website secrets. We're going to go over a couple secrets that are going to help you when it comes to reaching your customers on your website on their phones. The first one is simple. It is no longer enough to have a mobile-friendly website. Your website needs to be mobile first. Everything in your website needs to be geared towards meeting somebody on their phone. 90% of people are going to see you on their phone. And most people say if they go to a website that they can't get the information they want from their phone, they go to the next website. So you need to make sure that your website is mobile first. And secret number 2 is really make it easy. Make it easy for people to communicate with you. We love these tap to text buttons. Literally, all they have to do is tap and they can start sending you a text message, or tap to follow. Whatever it is you want your customers to do, however you want them to take action with you, add a button. People love buttons and it makes it easy. So make sure your website is button heavy. Okay, let's move on to apps. And what we're really going to be talking about here is apps that make you money. One of the most common things that people ask me is, does my business need its own app? Now, for most businesses, I would say 90% of businesses, the answer is simply no. The reality is, it's really hard to get people to download an app, and it's really hard to get them to use it over and over and over again. People are picky about the apps that they put on their phone. So the only reason you need an app for your business is if you have something that app is going to do that they can't get that information from you anywhere else, or they can't interact with you anywhere else. For example, if you're a bank, do you need a mobile banking app? Yes, sure you do. It's a great way to then give information to the customers. But for most people, they don't need an app. And most people, they're going to get the information either through a text message or an email or social media or their website. So the only time you really need to spend the time, money, and effort to develop an app for your business is if you have information that you needed to get to a customer, that the only way you can do it is through an app. So what apps should you have? The reality is less is more. Here are a few of the apps that we always recommend that you have. Other than that, you probably don't need them. The Google My Business app, as we talked about in the Intro to Digital Marketing, Google My Business is an essential part of getting found online. And that's a great way for you to manage it. And then relevant social media apps, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, etc. Whichever ones you're using to interact with customers and to post information about your business. And then social media advertising apps. To take a look at the different statistics and be able to respond to things that are happening with your ads. And then the other two that I would say really are essential is messenger apps. It's a great way for you to communicate with your customers, provide customer service, answer questions, and then whatever productivity apps you may have. I know a lot of people will have even timesheets or things like that that allow them to kind of keep track of what they're doing and services that they're providing for their customers. Other than that, you probably don't need it, and it's probably just wasting time. Now, I want you to think for a minute with me. If I was to say, hey, let's go to happy hour. Let's pretend we could all get together and go to happy hour today at 4 o'clock. But I want you to invite like 5 to 10 people, but only people that are like really cool and you want to hang out with, because I only like to hang out with fun people, right? If we weren't going to continue this until you did that, how would you do it? My bet is most of you said via text message, right? The reality is that's the way we as people communicate with our friends and family members. And that's exactly what we're talking about. We want you to be able to communicate with your customers exactly that way as well, as the same way that they would communicate with their friends and family members. It really is one of the most powerful marketing tactics. And I would say if you're not building a text message marketing list right now, you're kind of missing out. 9 out of 10 customers say they prefer to communicate with businesses and brands via text message, but the big key is they're buyers. Consumers redeem 10 times the coupons via text message than any other type of coupon. So understand, these aren't just people you're talking to, they're people that want to buy from you. Here's just a quick list of things that you can do via text message. Obviously, you can send information via text blast, you can send coupons, you can do loyalty programs and loyalty coupons, autoresponders, two-way text messaging. You can actually provide customer service, which is awesome. Text to win, birthday specials, polls, questionnaires, scavenger hunts, appointment reminders. It really does go on and on. So we're going to cover text message marketing in depth in another workshop video, but I want you to understand that it's a huge part of meeting people where they are, which is on their phones. And it really is the perfect way to build a relationship with people. Now, I want you to keep in mind that mobile includes anything that involves interacting with people on a phone, right? Like we said, social media, websites, text message, apps, email, and much more. You need to be thinking about how is this going to appear on a phone. What I always say is don't make this common mistake, right? This person, this was in the LinkedIn app, and they had posted something about how to meet people on their phones. But when I opened it up, this is a screenshot of what I got. It wasn't mobile friendly. I couldn't read it, and there was nothing I could do. So obviously what I did is close out of it. You need to make sure that everything you're doing, mobile needs to be start to finish. Before you send an email, check how it's going to look on a mobile phone. Go take a look at your website. Make sure your social media posts cater to people looking at it from a mobile phone. And more than anything, make sure it's easy for people to get in touch with you from their phones.